Welcome to Norristown. So from the first video, I'm going to learn to control the way I'm handling the camera. I'm going to work on getting some equipment, a gimbal. I'm going to get me a rig for my camera and get some lighting and stuff, so that way I'll be able to shoot some nighttime scenes. Another note, I need to be able to talk louder, so I'm going to try to stay out of the if we have bicyclists. I'm on a trail right now. Let me keep the camera up. I'm on a trail, so I need to be careful not to be in anybody's way. So let's talk about Norristown. So we're not going to be breaking it down in terms of we talking about history, like 18 whatever, Thomas Jefferson, who had the last name North. I don't care. We doing it from a hood's perspective. So this is more so for people, you sitting down on your couch, you smoking, you drinking, you want to be in another place, another set, in another city, shoot, another country. If I can get there for you without actually leaving your crib, leaving your couch, I'm doing all of the traveling for you. So my name is Leek. This is my second travel video official in Pennsylvania. We're going to be covering a lot of places, a lot of things. So I don't want to yip yap too much. I'm going to do some walking, take some pictures, yip yap, and we show you the Spanish scene over here. So let's go. So where I'm walking right now looks like a ramp. Obviously you have like the road right here, and we have SEPTA Transportation Center. I got like pictures and stuff down there, right? But walking here, I'll show you some of these trails. This type of trail, obviously it leads to one place and takes you to another. It's a good thing about these bike trails that they got here. Shoot, you could probably follow some of these trails to get you back down to Philly, probably all the way out into like Allentown or something like that. But what I'm saying, these trails are nice, and it's like really good for you in case you like want to get exercise. Let's walk down there so I can at least show you like the map and like the direction. If you make a left, you will go to Philly. If you make a right, you will go to King of Prussia, something like that. Let me show you. But clearly we see bicyclists. All right, I can't even say the word. Clearly these trails push you in a direction. Clearly at this point, if you want to go to Valley Forge, you know which way you need to go. You want to go to Philly, you know which way you need to go. All on a bike, right? And I don't know, they added stuff to the trails like little indications, warning, curve ahead, stuff like that. That's ran off, but that's solar powered, and clearly it's pointing in the right direction of the sun. I mean, I face the camera there because GoPro is not that good. So let me keep walking. Notice right here, I'm looking at the East Norriton. It says East Norriton, Plymouth, Whitpain, Joint Sewer Authority. I can't even spell or whatever. Let me read that again. The East Norriton, Plymouth, Whitpain, Joint Sewer Authority. Now here, look like basically is a sewage place, or at least that's where all the boroughs that's close by or whatever. Is a joint connection, I guess, with the piping, and it all centralizes at this point. And let me tell you, it smells here. It smells bad. You can see the little mixing devices, whatever it is doing, is separating something, it's mixing something. I don't know. Maybe they separating the shit from the shit and putting it back in the pipes, basically, or whatever. So I would walk through there, but I don't want no smoke, so it's not like really important. So I'm going to proceed on this trail, and we're going to go to some other stuff that we could learn about Norristown that a lot of people don't know that it fucking exists here. So Leekautorepair, let's go. From here, just looking, Norristown seems to be more developed than before from when I was younger, when I used to pass by here. And even that area before I was there didn't look like the way it did. It never looked at, I don't remember it looking like that. And I've been in a lot of places basically. I haven't been like everywhere. Got like a lot of industrial like businesses. Sorry for the wind noise. There's a lot of industrial businesses out here. Warehouses. What I'm saying is there is job opportunities out here. Maybe when y'all looking for a job or something, Indeed.com, whatever, Glassdoor, put in the area of Norristown or something like whatever, you'll see that they do have job stuff here. So I want to get a couple clips of the parking garage, I believe, that they have for, I don't know if it's for the courthouse, because the courthouse is a few blocks the other way, and parking is bad when you come down here. Usually you won't get good parking, especially like on like Main Street. Don't try to park on there around like the I'll try to mute that music or talk loud or whatever, because I don't want them like YouTube be crying or whatever. But between here or in this section where the courthouse is and the transportation center for SEPTA, the parking is ass. They do got a garage. It says, well, I just now see that it's a SEPTA parking garage. But like I said, if you in the courthouse, you need parking or whatever, I guess slide down, pay for the parking. I don't know how it works in there, but you can try to park around the courthouse. That I don't know if that works good for you. I usually get lucked up on parking on some off street and walk a couple blocks over, but at least they do have a main garage down here, and it looked like a lot of people never park in there. I wouldn't trust the parking garage only because what we know about what's in there. People are in there trying to break in your shit, most likely. You don't know what the hell goes in there, and there's a lot of crackheadish shit goes on in like Norristown basically. I have no reason to lie. I'm gonna make my way across the street. We're gonna try to enter the garage, and I want to see if it takes me to the very top, so that way I can get a better view of the area around here. Note too, if you go in this direction, you know you'll be in Bridgeport pretty much, and yeah, Norristown is kind of got other places like East Norristown and up the road or Trooper or whatever, but Norristown is like a little stretch. And then you got King of Pressure, if you familiar with the like shopping malls. KOP, that's what we call it, that's the nickname. Take your ass there, go shopping. It's one of the best malls we got in the area. I mean, there's other good malls, but that mall been there for a minute. It's always shit. Me equipo que de una cosa. So I guess that would be, that makes more sense. Yeah, it is. It says it on a sign if I was to zoom in with the camera, but you can see written on the side, Montgomery County. That's the parking garage for it. And like it says, again, County of Montgomery County, and you got the people parking. You can park there. If you need parking, of course, you're going to always have to pay. SEPTA looks like this is separated for, I guess, for people who using just SEPTA by itself. You can park there, but I imagine if you can't get parking at the other garage, you probably could pay to park there. Usually, sometimes when I catch the regional rail line, I can park my car at that parking garage and whatever it is I need to go. One time I went to New York, I left my car there, and I didn't have to pay like a fee. Some of them I think you do gotta pay closer to the city, but anything outside of the city is just parking garage. And the good thing with the parking garage, SEPTA got like his own security, so from time to time they do send transit police over there or somebody else over there just to check like the lot, make sure everything's good. But usually most of the lots that's in good areas, you could park your car there and not have an issue. But let's look nasty. They need to get out here and get somebody to clean all of this shit. And this is the SEPTA, the transportation center. So if you can't see because of the sunlight, I apologize, but we'll get a couple clips of this. So here it's a little quiet. There's usually packed with a lot of people, but I guess it's today for they must be at school, something around this time. Kids should be out of school. I don't know what it is. It's a Tuesday. It's empty unless cops did a sweep and got all of the fiends out of here, but they usually just crowd right here. So let me give you a couple clips. You can catch the regional rail line, and you can get that from here to the city, or you can catch the 100 train. You can get this from 100 train from here to Upper Darby, and there's a couple other buses that take you different routes, like Limerick, Warriors Ford. Some of the buses go in like different directions or whatever. So let me get some clips. See where these steps lead me, but we got cars in here, so I guess I was wrong. You just can't see it from the top. So people do leave their car here when they come in here. And mind you, this is like a centralized spot where you can get certain buses and trains that can take you to certain areas that's kind of hard to get to. But don't think that like the towns are like that good. For instance, if you go close to Worst Pottstown or whatever, right? To get there, it might take a little minute. Why is it that? This ain't Philly. The system is not like really set up here. But if you got like patience, you'll get to where you need to get to. So my pockets is heavy as usual. Camera on me. I'm hot, and I got all this stuff in my pocket, so I'm a little out of breath. I'm thirsty as hell too, and I've been walking. I do walk hard, but let me make it to the top when we get this view. Made it to the top, and this view is nice. It looked like you could just get like whatever's in like a few mile range. It's nothing like too far out. You got like a bird's eye view. If you go to a certain section around like East Norton, or certain sections of like Norristown, I believe, or if you go far out, but shoot, like close to Limerick, if you come up a higher peak, you'll be able to see the buildings from Philadelphia from a distance. From an airplane view from Philly, at least when we was landing, I was able to see the two smokestacks in Limerick. So I'm not saying everything is in range. You just got a lot of stuff that's in the way. It just takes a long time to get to where you need to. So enough of me talking. Let's look at the view. was the courthouse for, what's that, Montgomery County, the entire Montgomery County, located in Norristown. And it's not as big building as you would come to mind, like downtown or something like that. I think Allentown section might be bigger than them already. Reading, I don't know, I'm not sure, I don't even remember, but they're building more to it, and they're expanding basically. It's not small, but there's places that got bigger. Now this section over here is a little bit dusty for me. I'm gonna walk across the street because I don't want nobody crying about being in my video or nothing like that. And then too, I don't want nobody interrupting me unless I want to talk to them. But we're worried about me and getting my scenes and shit basically. So walking away from the courthouse, what I'm gonna do next is we're gonna go to the section where there's a bunch of Latinos. Gonna go get something to eat. They're gonna hungry. Last time I walked through one of these was when I was living with like Williamsport, right? And they had that you could cross the highway, get the other side. This one is a lot longer. It got like a little zigzag to it. We're gonna cross and we're just exploring. So I know for this section, they've been doing construction for like the longest I remember at one point. Finished the roads, obviously. They made this area a lot better. If you go, thought that was somebody behind me. If you go up that direction more, a few miles up that way, there's probably less than 2 miles, you have the Elmwood Park Zoo. Now the Elmwood Park Zoo, I remember I had to go there for like community service when I had my DUI. I had to come up and back and forth here like 2018 because I had a DUI from 2014. Montgomery County is slow at dealing with their cases or whatever. And if you decide to get it continue, or if they continue, that's gonna make the process a lot even longer. So I know a lot about Norristown because I had court stuff. Latinos around here. I'm not sure if they're like friendly or not. Some of them speak to me. My barber, he cool as shit. He like around the corner. I had to hide my face so he don't see me, but I walked past somebody already and said hi to them. Like speak to me. I don't know if it was like a problem or something like that. Not that I care or nothing. I don't want to be like bothering nobody, but Some places you can go and interact with other people, some you can't. I was talking to somebody who was asking me questions about my camera. Side conversations. I don't want to put nobody in a video if they don't want to be in there, but I had somebody ask me questions yesterday about what I was doing, where I'm going to record. Just like how they asked me in Chicago. Maybe I should have just filmed it and filmed them or whatever, but I tell them just be on the lookout. Like, just Google stuff. You'll randomly probably find me that way. So I'm gonna walk back to my car because I didn't put enough money in the meter. I put $1 in it, and $1 only gave me 50 minutes, even though it said $1.50 per hour at the courthouse. So let me walk back because I know that's probably going to be expired. I hope I don't get a ticket. So let me get there, and we're gonna show y'all what like the houses and stuff look like. The typical house, not like the nice house. The houses where people live and the neighborhood is the hood. God damn it, that's basically what we're gonna do. Coming off Erie Street, I had walked past a group of older guys that was like, "Hey, young blood, you professional?" Well, because he asked me about this basically, or he asked me, he saw more so he asked me about it. And like I said, I had that issue yesterday in Chicago. People ask me every time I whip this out, y'all don't know about me now, y'all will know about me. So by the time you saw me, hopefully I'm on my 100th video already. I don't know. We're gonna probably wrap this up like in an hour, but I'm gonna get some more clips and just be done with it, so that way I can cut the video and I'll upload both at the same time, so that way you guys got something to watch. So try to hurry up and get across the street. I'm thinking about going to Renton. That might be the next spot, even though Philly, I didn't cover Philly correctly. I only came out here today because I needed to get a part, and because I was in an area, it was just convenient for me to just go ahead and just record stuff. So let me get to the car. Waiting like all day pretty much, and I pretty much found out with the young hoes and the YNs basically. So it looked like they over in this section. Not that I care, but we gotta take notice because I'm from the hood. I like to know where people from the hood, where they at when I'm in the hood or whatever. So I found out where the niggas at, and I didn't see like any Latinos in here, trying to figure out if they like mixed in together and play with each other, because I saw in North Philly they don't got no problem doing that shit, but por aquí la situación diferente, ¿sí? So it seems like in every city, and I know this from watching video, because me doing what I'm doing, I watch it in other cities, but I know ain't nobody covering it here, so I'm gonna be the one to do it. So what I'm trying to say is, whatever it is, like an MLK, Martin Luther King Boulevard, Martin Luther King School, Martin Luther King Park, Expressway, Martin Luther King Drive, there's always like the scenery of niggas and what we bring, like the ghetto shit basically. So motherfucker just camped out at the park, YNs, all that shit. Shooters probably there. Not that I care, I take notice of shit like that or whatever, because it remind me when we in Philly in certain parks or certain sections, just the niggas just go there and just to hang out or whatever. But I did not see any Latinos just hanging in that specific section right there, so that lets me know where the niggas at in Norristown. The housing situation, meaning like the buildings, how they look, like the design, it ain't too different from what I see in Philly, what I see in Reddick. Some houses in Pottstown, even though Pottstown, they be underestimating Pottstown. Pottstown big as shit and it spreads out. So if you think all things considered, they do have more space and it's more nice in certain areas. But as always, when you go to the centralized parts, you'll get the population. There's a high mass. There's a bunch of people is what I'm trying to say. And a bunch of people like to live in the same spot. Economically, it's just easier that way. Everybody can live together in like pretty much like one spot. And you got things close by like stores. You got schools, churches, anything important, anything retail-wise that needs to get bought is all in the same area. So that's why people usually tend to live together in one spot. You know, the average person wouldn't live like in the woods and smack dab nowhere. Why? It's not convenient for you. You need people to survive, and a lot of people fail to realize that. Under the Erie Bridge, or I'm sorry, the bridge. I think it's for like the Cow Street. I don't think it's for Erie. I think it's for, yeah, it's Erie, because I go straight up. I could be wrong. Anybody from here, y'all be sure to correct me. So underneath here is, well, like the creek area. I don't know which the name of this creek here, but this surface, if I come down, it's got like stepping stones basically. Not literally for you to step on, but the way they built it, you can just call it that. And I don't know, obviously people come down here and do some stuff. Look like somebody took a shit and wiped their ass. You see multiple papers and shit with that shit. It's not clean under here, but you can tell people come here. So some of the people I did see, like on the side over here when I walk up, you got like Mexicans over there, or I don't know if they Mexicans, maybe from Guatemala or Mexico. I don't know, but they definitely speak Spanish. That's what I know. I'm not gonna try to interact with them. I'll leave them alone because they probably don't want to speak to me or nothing like that. I'm not sure, but I don't like to always just talk to people and interact. You gotta meet me halfway. If you don't meet me halfway, then I won't acknowledge you. I'm literally like that. So let's go around to like another section. All right, so I don't know if you can see them like behind me, but you want to be careful and walking across here because this is, let's walk across it. If I fall in the water, I fall in the water. It is what it is. I can swim, right? But I don't want to swim in this nasty ass creek. So I'll make sure I do my steps right. We're going to do the steps right. I need to hurry up because SEPTA, I don't want the train to come, even though I know one ain't going to come right away. But let me get across here. ¿De dónde eres?
México.
¿México? ¿Y vives aquí? Sí. ¿Vives aquí, en este pueblo?
No tengo. Pennsylvania, Norristown.
Norristown. Y
It's
eso.
good over here.
Ok.
It's good.
¿Y lo haces cada día o aquí?
Live for a long time here.
Me gusta la pista, el tráfico y todo. Sí,
Crazy, very good.
sí, relajante aquí, sí. ¿Mm?
What's your name?
Malik?
You live Norristown?
No, I live like near here, but I was visiting around here, walking around, taking pictures and stuff.
Where you come from?
Hmm?
Where you come from, sir?
Where I come from?
Yeah.
Nací aquí también.
¿Dónde aprendiste a hablar español?
Yo aprendí aquí y fui a El Caribe también. 2 años.
Aquí?
¿Sí? No, con español.
Oh. Bueno,
Nací aquí, pero llevo 2 años.
sí.
Sí. Yo sé que no es común con la gente, pero sí, lo aprendí.